Does the name Shanquella Robinson matter to you? Since it is a big deal to me, this delightful youngster with her life in front of her goes on a young lady's end of the week for certain companions and she never returns home alive. I love this painting, the generosity, the caring individual that she was. It's all I got is that recollections and this photograph, my kid. Those recollections is sure pictures make you cry. These representations are watching Quia Robinson's folks hold near their heart. She's at the forefront of my thoughts. The main thing I get up toward the beginning of the day, first thing believed it's to me, is her Shanquella. The further secret of this case is that individuals that she was with when she kicked the bucket they let leave Mexico. I say thanks to God for the 25 years that she were here with me. Yeah, I preferred not to see my kid leave here like that. You realize that was horrible way for her to bite the dust knife. Weller Robinson's mom, the one who passed on in late October, keep going year, while out traveling to Mexico with a gathering of companions, uncovered new insights concerning her obligation to lawful pundit Nancy Elegance a couple of months prior, as her family and allies called for specialists to execute a capture warrant for the situation. Allies of the killed belle of the ball scrutinized the underlying treatment of the examination and encouraged specialists to make a move against her 6 sidekicks who were missing for over 2 hours during her equity rally, despite the fact that she confided in them enough to venture out a huge number of miles to Cabo San Lucas, Mexico, and offer an estate with them. Nancy accepts Shanquella's companions arranged the assault on her and that they ought to be generally captured at the present time. So what did the gutsy podcaster uncover that scared the Cabo Six? Let us investigate it. Salmondra and Bernard Robinson. Shanquella, or Robinson's guardians, found that her excursion partners lied about her demise. A long time after she kicked the bucket, the KO6 called the Robinsons to illuminate them that their 25-year-old girl had passed on for a liquor-harming Paula Cook. Shanquella's closest companion took Shanquella's bag and different effects to the family's home and gone through each day consoling them. As per Salmondra, the posse arranged garments for the memorial service they planned to join in, yet when the passing declaration showed up they disappeared. By her demise testament, Shanquella passed on from a wrecked spinal rope and neck. Not long after, the mother saw a video of another lady whipping Shanquella with hits to the head, neck, and different pieces of her body, while her companion held on and recorded the occurrence on their phones. Lizard guaranteed that watching the video made her debilitated to her stomach. Her girl she accepts was killed. Nancy accepted Shanquella's partners plotted her demise, as proven by the assault while she was laying down with the remainder of the group recording the assault while others held on and watched her pass on. She wasn't in any event retaliating. They went after Salmondra said in a new meeting with Nancy. Effortlessness. Mexican specialists have given a capture warrant for femicide or murder carried out against a lady due to her orientation. The FBI Charlotte Field Office has additionally opened an examination concerning Shanquella's passing. As per the casualty's family, specialists have been hush about the particulars of the warrant and the examination's advancement. Authorities savvy should remove the suspect named in the warrant so they can have to deal with penalties in Mexico. Yet knife while his folks and Nancy need everybody in the gathering charged for what they did. The family is as yet faltering from the unfortunate passing of the youthful business person and business understudy, and they are puzzled regarding the reason why specialists are taking so long to make a capture. This hurt will be harm to the court, mourned Bernard Robinson. She was my lone kid. She had so much happening for herself, albeit the specific conditions of Shanquella's demise are obscure. A police report demonstrates that she was gone to purchase clinical faculty for a few hours before she passed on. Her demise testament then again expresses that she kicked the bucket promptly after being harmed, suggesting that somebody is endeavoring to disguise their blunder. Lizard is as yet sorting out the conditions, yet she affirms a portion of the occasions paving the way to her little girl's demise. In a meeting view with Nancy on November 28, as per the mother, the lady in the viral video beating on Shanquella is DGD Jackson, as many expect from the outset. Lizard additionally expressed that the video of the battle, which affirmed her interests about Shanquella's demise, had been broadly circled preceding her little girl's passing. Somebody called me and told me before they even showed up back to Charlotte, North Carolina, that they were around there battling her, so I didn't have any idea how genuine it was. Lizard informed Nancy. As per the covered mother, it was in the end posted on Facebook and a companion saw it and messaged it to her. By then Shanquella's bodies had previously gotten back to North Carolina no less than 2 days after her demise on October 29. So after they got back and Shanquella had passed, the video had surfaced on Facebook and somebody sent it to my family. She said Lizard additionally uncovered that her little girl appreciated resting there and was undoubtedly dozing not long before the assault in the viral video, which Nancy likewise referenced. She was a decent kid and had an extraordinary heart, and she didn't merit being dealt with. Appreciate that, the mother said. Nancy's call for Link 6's capture joins a large number of others all over the planet at encouraging both the American and Mexican states to accelerate the cycle, and there is a substantial justification for why her tirades are sending chills down the spines of Cabo 6. The legitimate observer has lit the torment of losing a friend or family member. Nancy Elegance was a 19-year early English writing major at Mercer College in Georgia prior to turning into a lawful expert and the host of her own Fox Country show Wrongdoing Stories with Nancy Elegance. She went through her days understanding Shakespeare and desire to one day become a teacher. Heath Griffin, a 23-year-old geography understudy working for the Ingram Development Organization on the Georgia Create Prestwood site close to Madison, Georgia, was locked in to be hitched to her. Then everything went horribly wrong for Griffin. Took the organization truck out to purchase soft drinks for him as well as his colleagues one day in August 1979. A couple of months before the wedding, he was shot and killed as he drove out of the specialty Prestwood entry street and onto U.S. Composed 278 by a previous colleague, Tommy McCoy, who had as of late been terminated from the development organization. The Coy had no past criminal history. Nancy's reality was broken by the homicide. She lost her craving and exited school for a period. I had no clue about what was happening on the planet until Keith was killed, the now veteran legitimate observer said. From that point forward, I've been driven by the possibility that if I would stop one wrongdoing, everything will work out. In view of this, she is giving her very best for guarantee Knife Weller gets equity. In her quest for equity, Nancy go on by expressing that Shanquella Robinson was undoubtedly killed by her voyaging mates, the now scandalous Cabo 6. They perpetrated the terrible wrongdoing of homicide as well as misled Quella's family and the American experts to mess with the proof. As per the television star, many started openly testing the state's regulations because of Nancy's mind-boggling impact over the general population. I'm with Nancy on this one 100%. It's serving an awful point of reference with no capture. Assuming we have meet with somebody, we can simply travel to another nation and deal with it, and nothing will fundamentally happen to us. That model they're setting Mexico and the USD to discover a few equity for the unfortunate lady and her family. The public additionally incredibly respected Nancy's endeavors. One of them said, Nancy Elegance, thank you for your relentless endeavors to bringing equity. Robinson. Nancy has reliably succeeded in her field of work all through the examination concerning Shanquella's homicide. She searched wherever for disclosure of vital data, assisted with reinforcing the charges brought against the 6 young ladies known as the Cabo 6 who went with Shanquella and was one of the contributing causes that caused the Cabo 6 problems. Nancy undressed the suspects and they are currently on the run with specialists hot behind them in help. A few group composed expressions of appreciation praising Shanquella for her understanding and flexibility all through the entire difficulty. Shanquella was killed, yet she represented harmony when told to retaliate. She said she was unable to back, and goodness, individuals can be caught in poisonous companionships enough, same as caught in injury, clung to a harmful accomplice. I feel so terrible for her being trapped in that particular situation. The affection back she represented. One more added, it was anything but a battle, it was a beat down. My sympathies to her family. This is a parent's most dreaded fear. Your kid goes out traveling to the final turning point. Tier Shanquella Robinson. I petition God for equity for herself as well as her family. We have a few vital divulgences for you directly from one of the latest episodes of Wrongdoing Stories with Nancy Elegance, disclosures that have left the thought 6 gripping for their opportunity. Once Dr. Tim Gallagher and Nancy made their verifiable statement in regards to Quella's passing open, we don't really accept that anybody will actually want to challenge the conspicuous. He clarified that she had a wrecked neck and that the cervical spinal section seemed to have isolated from the skull. He further cases that a strong blow caused it in a flash, killing her. Nancy is very opposing toward the examination since up until a frightful video came online, the specialists didn't think it was a homicide. It's fantastic that a lady be beat a 25-year elderly person the tar out of in her rich suite room as someone else watched and recorded the whole thing, wherein this is all mankind. Even Shanquella's sister conceded that she had barely any insight into the 6 voyagers. These could have recently been her companions, yet Khalil, one of the male companions, was the nearest to Quella and the family got to know him.